Do the mouse. I'll do the.
Welcome back again, everybody, to Maniacal Music Musings. As always, every other Saturday, we are back once again. Probably unless we're springing from the gal's pole, which that would be any day of the week. But we're back again to talk some rock and roll, and hopefully there's no communication breakdowns this time because we are over halfway done with this. Thank God, Led Zeppelin bracket, and we get to do part 4 of 7 today. Which the day we get to part 7, I swear to God, I'm having a party while we do it. I swear to God.
Oh yeah,
We're not even halfway through, man.
we're gonna have margaritas.
Got to enjoy the moment.
We're gonna have frozen margaritas.
I'm down for that, Lisa. I am down for that.
Special frozen margarita glasses. We have this stuff. What's it called? It's
Tequila.
Jimmy Buffett, and it's powdered margarita mix, and it's sugar free, and it's so good.
I like Jimmy Buffett, so I'm down for that. We ain't doing no goddamn bracket to him, but we are. As always, folks, I am joined by the usual guests in the Led Zeppelin bracket. Of course, the man who picked himself, as along with his co-hosts, Phil, Lisa, and Aaron from Podcast.
Namaste,
Hello.
motherfuckers.
Good to see everybody again.
Oh, I don't have the broom. Well, I'm not going to be able to use the
Right,
broom.
we didn't
for
have a sweep.
I think Phil is. I think Phil hit it, but he kept getting hit in the face with it last time.
We're just not in a location.
She
and
broke
of course,
it last week.
I can believe that. I can believe that. And of course, Harley's with us as always for another one of these fun brackets.
What's up, everyone?
Hey.
Though I will say after listening to the playlist for this part, I am dazed and confused to the max, and I hope I don't have to hear any of it next part. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm praying.
Yeah, right.
First it's that damn whale, and then it's freaking being dazed and confused. And I used to like that song, and now I'm just kind of like, come on. But as always, folks, the order you see them on screens, the order they go in, and we are hitting. We're actually getting into the top 20 and 30s today, which is going to be. We're getting close to the end, thank God. But that's only on one side. On this first side, we're starting off with the lowest ranked song in this section. Number 208 ranked Dancing Days, the rough mix with vocal, and it's going against number 88 ranked. Oh, look, one of these already. 88 ranked Dazed and Confused from March of '69 Top Gear. I believe part of the BBC sessions. And Aaron gets to start us off, of course.
Of course I do, because I'm not ready with my mouse. Okay. We've got the Dancing Days shit mix, and what was the other one?
Dazed and Confused Top Gear.
Dazed and Confused Top Gear. That is a good Dazed and Confused. The Paris one, the Paris 69 Dazed and Confused is the worst one I heard in my fucking life. This one was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
We got number 11 versus number 29. It's Dazed and Confused. Top Gear.
And Harley?
Dazed and confused.
I swear to God, I swear to God, this whole Led Zeppelin bracket, I'm going to be the odd man out. I swear to God.
I put a note on what
yeah.
my guess for Jeremy's favorite song is, too.
You might be surprised in this one. But this is my number 9 versus my number 32, but which is close to what Aaron.
This bracket.
Yeah, I know it's not. I have other favorites. But, which, actually, my rankings are basically the same as Aaron's, just reversed. Dancing Days was number 9 for me. I found that an enjoyable opener to this playlist, and it was fun. Dazed and Confused Top Gear was not my favorite Dazed and Confused live. it definitely ain't the Paris one either. That was worse than top tier by far. But it's third one apart of those two. But yeah, I put that Days Confused at number 32 because I thought it was just dreadful. Once again, it seems like they forget they're playing instruments and they're just like standing on stage like, what are we doing here? Like that moment of clarity when you're that high.
Mhm. Yeah.
But which way did you go, Lisa?
Dancing Days.
And that means
the
Phil is the
tiebreaker.
tie for the first matchup. It gets to be a tiebreaker.
I didn't think Plant's voice was great on the Dazed and Confused version, so I have Dancing Days edging it out by a fraction of a point.
Yes.
Which means Dancing Days does move on, and yay, I'm not the odd man out this time.
Go.
But that means that
just
Harley gets to start the next matchup off, and it's this one's a tougher one, I think. But it's going to be number 207 ranked Gallows Pole Rough Mix versus number 87 ranked the OG Southbound Suarez.
The OG.
Oof, and I got to see where my rankings even are. This one's going to be close for me, I think. Okay, close, but no cigar, definitely. But yeah, it's my number 8 was my number 17, and I had Gallo Poles a little higher. I love Gallo Poles. I mean, I thought I would love that song a lot more, just based on the title, but the title oversells it. But Southbound Suarez was fun, but Gallows Pole is just that much better. Which way you want to go, Lisa?
Southbound Suarez. I did not care for Gallows Poles. My comment for Gallows Pole was no.
Wow,
No.
that's pretty
Swinging from
definitive.
the gallows. I like the chorus. I mean, swinging from
Yeah.
the gallows pole, like fucking. But which way do you want to go, Phil?
It had some, the Gallows Pole version had some idiosyncrasies about it. It had different bass lines, especially at the end. The drum roll at the end was kind of different. And so I actually have these both scored as a tie. But I'm going to go with Gallows Pole, I think.
Which means Aaron gets to be the tiebreaker on this one. This is turning into
Yeah.
an interesting part so far.
Yeah.
Gallows Pole Rough Mix, number 30. Southbound Soiree. My note is this will be Jeremy's favorite.
You're wrong, but okay.
That's number 14. Soiree! Soiree!
So what was Gallows Pole? I missed that.
It was
Number
30.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well,
The
Southbound
real guys
Soiree.
are gonna blow that one away. So.
Southbound Suarez stays in the mix.
I guess so. And
Cutting
that
them
means
down.
that, yeah, slowly but surely.
A win
And
for
that
an
means
OG song.
that's the way I get. That means I get to start the next one, which is a matchup of mixes, and it's going to be number 206 ranked. That's the way Rough Mix versus number 86 ranked Rock and Roll Alternate Mix. And where the hell is that's the way? Oh, yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, and this is my number 6 versus my number 25. So yeah, Rock and Roll definitely takes on this one. I actually kind of like that mix of rock and roll. The guitar on it's a little funky, and I like that. So, but which way you want to go, Lisa?
That's the way. Uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh.
So you're doing the disco version then.
Yeah.
You're on the disco tip.
Sorry.
tonight.
But I just like that better than the rock and roll.
KC and the Sunshine Band.
Oh, I made a bracket for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not actually no. Theirs is long. They did a lot of fucking songs, and they're mostly all different songs. But
You can easily get 32, I'd say.
oh, I think I got like 100 something. But
It's just too
disco.
many.
I love it. They're all different songs though. It's not like this where they're all just different
200
styles
and
of the same
whatever is
song.
too many songs for Led Zeppelin when they
Yeah.
have
Hey, I got
filler.
Aaron, I got a 500 song Elvis
heard
bracket.
that,
You want to do it?
Fuck no.
I would
Fucking
have preferred the versions to be together.
motherfuck him
Yeah.
and John Wayne.
Or I got a 500 song Prince bracket.
That's not
I
my
bet if I did a
fault.
500 song, I bet if I did a 500 song Fish bracket, that Aaron would be all over it.
Dude, the fucking 500 song Rolling Stone bracket took years.
Well, it took less. Actually, it took less than a year, but it took time. But we did
It
it.
was going to be once a month, and you doubled it up, I think.
I did. Everybody else wanted to do that to get it done faster. I was like, I was fine with once a month. I was fine with that. But
Mhm.
it got done faster at least. Otherwise, it would have been over a year. But
Yeah.
so where were we? Oh yeah, Phil. That's the way, or rock and roll.
I'm gonna go with the rock and the roll on this one. You
And
can't beat
Aaron.
the echo, the lead in. It's really awesome.
Okay.
Number 22 versus number 28.
Ooh,
In
close.
the battle of the bad mixes, rock and roll wins.
Okay.
Which means rock and roll does move on, and that's the way can go that way. But which way did you go, Harley?
Isn't the real that's the way in this bracket?
I think it is. No, the real that's the ways in this part of the bracket, but the real rock and roll, I'm pretty sure is way further down.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's top
I'm
10.
gonna go with
That's
the
why I said
rock
the
and
real
roll
that's the
one.
ways in this bracket. Why would I vote for the shitty rough mix?
Oh, actually, they ranked right side by side for me, but that's me. But that means Lisa gets to start off what I'm pretty sure is the easiest matchup in this whole goddamn bracket. But it's going to be number 205 ranked White Summer Black Mountainside live in Paris 69 going against number 85 ranked Stairway to Heaven live 1972.
Stairway to Heaven. It was an I kept waiting for the words, and there was no words.
There are no
I'm
words
anti.
for White Summer Black Mountainside.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But which way you want to go, Phil?
So a lot of times, critics of Jimmy Page are that he plays, sometimes he's a little sloppy in his live performances, and I thought that he was a little sloppy on this Stairway to Heaven, but I'm gonna go with Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven.
And Aaron?
My note for White Summer Black Mountainside Paris 1969. Sloppy as hell.
Oh wow.
I think both the Paris 1969 songs sounded like shit. And I think they were all drunk or something.
They're all
How the
nasty.
West Was One version of Stairway to Heaven. It's a good version. There's some bootleg versions that are better, but I like this version probably better than Song Remains the Same version. Anyway, on number 17, Stairway to Heaven. Number 32, White Summer Black Mountainside.
And Harley.
Stairway to Heaven.
And, well, too bad you don't have that broom, Lisa, because I'm going to look at my rankings, but I'm pretty sure it's a fucking sweep regardless. Because, oh yeah,
A fake broom. Yeah.
White Summer Black Mountainside, I literally ranked number 34. It was just an instrumental and not the best one on this fucking playlist. So, actually, the
No.
other two kind of ranked.
The studio version of the instrumental's pretty good, but it's not going to, this doesn't hold a candle to that. This doesn't hold a candle to anything.
I mean,
No.
and
This is
and I mean,
shite.
Stairway to Heaven.
Where it came from.
Stairway to Heaven. I mean that was only my number 27, but I feel like Plant's voice was a little bit weak on that one. Like he couldn't hit the notes you're supposed to hit. Like when he goes like towards the end, he couldn't hit the high notes like he usually hits. But it was just
He doesn't
it was still
hit
better
them
than
live.
Right.
yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure when you listen to Bohemian Rhapsody, if you watch Bohemian Rhapsody perform live too, they never hit the freaking high notes in that song live either, really. But
That's Queen. That's a different
Well,
band.
Fred
I know.
did
Right.
his little
He's
bass
just saying.
player or whatever.
The other guys do not.
Yeah.
No.
which they're the ones who originally sang them. So if you watch the movie, but
Is it the Butthole Surfers that have the album Hairway to Steven?
I'm not sure.
It's either
That
them
would
or
be
the
a question
Dead.
for the rock and roll god, probably, or the music
I'm
god.
pretty sure it's Butthole Surfers.
Yeah.
I know Butthole Surfers did Can't You Hear Me Knocking on the first Guitar Hero because they couldn't get Rolling Stones to give the rights for it. So,
That's pretty cool. It's Gibby
but
sing.
Who did Hairway
I
to
have no
Steven?
idea. But that means that Phil gets to start this next matchup.
So
And
White
it's gonna be
Summer
White
is
Summer's
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. No one voted for that song. Goddamn. But Phil gets to start this matchup. It's gonna be number 204 ranked. Oh look, another one. Dazed and Confused, live in Paris 69, versus number 84 ranked I Can't Quit You Baby from March 69 Top Gear.
I thought that, despite its brevity, I'm going to go with the Dazed and Confused version here. I thought it was pretty good quality. Yeah, it edges out I Can't Quit You Baby.
I disliked. Oh, it's not my turn.
No, it's Aaron's turn actually, so I'm dying to hear where Aaron wants to go within
Which-
this, even though I'm pretty sure
Which
I know.
Dazed and Confused version are we looking at here?
Paris 69.
Paris 69.
Oh, I hated that
Uh,
version. Okay. So it's number 31 versus number 19.
Mm.
I Can't Quit You Baby Top Gear.
And Harley?
I had a note for Dazed and Confused.
Oh, God.
Bad night.
It's
It's
bad
I
night.
Can't Quit You Baby.
You say I can't quit you, baby.
Yeah.
That's like Mod Squad. You can't quit.
She's trying. But this is actually my number 33 versus my number 31. So both these were on the bottom of my fucking list. But I Can't Quit You Baby edged out that version of Dazed and Confused by a little bit. So I'll go with I Can't Quit You Baby, which means it does move on. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
I had to go Dazed and Confused. I found I Can't Quit You Baby to be poor me. I'm a
Yeah.
whore.
Yeah, they're both at the bottom of my list, so I got no comment. It's what it is for these. But Aaron, you can start off this one, which it's going to be number 203 ranked Bring It On Home Rough Mix, or number 83 ranked We're Gonna Groove Remaster OG.
This is number 8 versus number 24. We're gonna groove.
And which way do you want to go, Harley?
We're gonna groove.
I'm pretty sure I'm about to make that one win, but yeah, okay. It's number 16 versus number 22, or vice versa. So yeah, We're Gonna Groove is my number 16. That's 6 higher than the other one. So We're Gonna Groove takes it. I had a hard time once we got to like this bottom half of the playlist. I had a hard time ranking though. Trying to sit there thinking about it for like minutes, like what the fuck? Like I already know how to rank these. They're
My
also
favorite version
close.
of We're Gonna Groove is from the Mudslide bootleg. And that's got an extra verse. I'm going back where I come from, where peas is peas and corn is corn.
I remember that lyric for sure.
I love that lyric.
Yeah.
I'm going back where I come from, where peas is peas and corn is corn. We're gonna groove.
Well, Lisa, which way would you have gone?
I liked Bring It On Home better. My comment for Bring It On Home is shorter. And for We're Gonna Groove, I put sophomoric. So
Sophomore.
yeah.
Cool.
So
And
like
Phil,
the
which way?
previous Dazed and Confused, I liked the brevity.
And which way would you have gone, Phil?
I had We're Gonna Groove. That song, I think it's really explosive. It would probably sound great in an arena.
Uh-huh.
Um,
That's some great
the
drums.
Bring It On Home thing had Levy's, Levy's going to break. Was a mashup kind of in that, and I thought it was kind of. It sounded like Led Zeppelin rehearsing a little bit, so I'm going to go with. We're going to groove.
Mhm.
And that means that Harley gets to start the next matchup. And it's going to be number 202 ranked St. Tristan Sword, the rough mix, versus number 82 ranked Since I've Been Loving You live at MSG 73.
I'm going with Since I've Been Loving You.
It's been a long, long, long time. But yeah, neither of these was high, but number 20 versus number 28. I thought St. Tristan's Sword was a really great done instrumental. It was a rocking one. Like I actually enjoy listening to it over and over again. Since I've Been Loving You live, it wasn't the greatest. It's the better version of the two lives of that song on this part, but it's not didn't hold up it didn't hold up the sword like St. Tristan's did. Oh, Aaron dropped internet. But
Looks like
which way
Elon
you
has censored Aaron again.
Yep.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
Lisa, which way you want to go? Luckily he's not up for a bit.
Since I've Been Loving You, Jeremy.
Very personal.
I did.
saw what you
It
did
doth
there.
not fall upon Tristan's sword. It has not the inspiring words.
It's like poetry.
Yeah.
Except
I don't know. I think
different.
Tristan holds up that sword well, I think. But
Yeah.
Phil, which way you want to go?
Well, it's the first I'd heard St. Tristan's Sword. And I agree with you, Jeremy. I really liked it. I thought, again, it sounded like something they may have been experimenting with, but they kind of.
It was taking out a whole lot of love live. You have heard it before.
Have you? I had not, but
I mean, not packaged like this, but all that whole groove comes out of their live thing they do in Whole Lot of Love in the middle when they're
okay. I did not recognize it if I had heard it, but I had it kind of in it. But I also like this cut of Since I've Been Loving You from the song Remains the Same. I have these ranked even, so I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go with the one that I did not recognize and heard for the first time and really enjoyed. I'm gonna go with Saint Tristan's Sword.
Which means you're leaving the tie breaking down to Aaron here.
St. Tristan's Sword, rough mix, number 25. Note, this all came out a Whole Lot of Love plus a Walk Away riff. That's right. He was doing is it Joe Walsh or James Gang, I guess? Full wholesale Walk Away in there.
Okay.
Since I've Been Loving You, song remains the same version. Number 18 seems low, but it is what it is.
Yep.
Song remains Since I've Been Loving You.
Yep. Which means that Since I've Been Loving You moves on. But we'll see if its other version moves on eventually. But that means, we have another interesting matchup in our first play-in of the night, which gets started off by, me. And it's number 200 ranked Bathroom Sound, track, no vocal, going against number 81 ranked I'm Gonna Crawl, OG. And yeah, this is my number 21 versus my number 3. So I really liked I really liked the original version of I'm Gonna Crawl. It's freaking fun as hell. The middle of it the vocals get amazing. So I gotta go with I'm Gonna Crawl. Bathroom Sound was okay, but not what I pitched. They literally sit in the bathroom and write that? Like, that's what I'm wondering.
No, the drums were set up in the bathroom.
Oh. I didn't know if it was like a 2.5 Men when Eddie Van Halen walked out of the bathroom with his guitar, but
No, the song that it ended up being on Zeppelin 3 is called Out on the Tiles.
oh yeah, we hit a version of that, didn't we? I think.
I think
Maybe
we
not,
did,
but
we had like another early mix. I don't know if we had the Zeppelin 3 version.
Well, Lisa, was it Bathroom Sound or I'm Gonna Crawl?
I'm Gonna Crawl. I loved it. Slow and sexy.
after those margaritas you're going to.
Mhm.
And Phil, which way you want to go?
I may have to have margaritas tonight.
Okay. We can make that happen.
Please have tequila.
I'm not a huge fan of I'm Gonna Crawl. That's probably my least favorite Zeppelin album, Into the Outdoor, but it edges out the bathroom mix. So I'm gonna go with I'm Gonna Crawl.
I still say Into the Outdoor is the greatest album name of all time. But
Oh, what?
Zeppelin were some dirty bastards. I'll tell you that much. Zeppelin were some dirty bastards. A lot of the I never really caught a lot of the references, so I started digging into this shit lately. So, but
Yeah,
Aaron, which
yeah.
way you want to go?
I'm gonna crawl number 5. Bathroom sound number 27.
Oh, we were actually close. We were actually close in our ranking.
I always
of
liked
our
I'm gonna
column.
crawl. I like that howl that he does in.
Yeah.
Oh, Otto, I'm sorry, buddy. His popped up like a satellite dish.
That's fine.
And Harley, which way you want to go?
I'm gonna crawl.
It's gonna sweep it.
And a second sweep of the night. But that means that the final matchup in this side of round 1 gets started off by Lisa, and it's going to be I'm Gonna Crawl facing number 201 ranked Dazed and Confused from 69 Playhouse Theater.
Okay. I'm gonna crawl for sure. Dazed and confused. I just put nah. That would have been
And
near
Phil,
the bottom, like in the low 20s for me.
and Phil,
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Days Confused on this one.
Ooh. And how about you, Aaron? I'm pretty sure I know.
It's the Playhouse Theater version of Dazed and Confused, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the last version we got to talk about in this one.
Not if it wins. It's
I
but it's
highly
number
doubt that.
26. I'm gonna crawl's number 5.
I was gonna say I highly doubt that because I know your rankings, but well, at least I know
Where'd you
enough
have
about
that
that
Days
one.
Confused ranked there?
What's that, Phil?
What?
25? Okay. Yeah.
26.
But Harley, which
I think it might have
I'm
been
gonna crawl.
Dazed and Confused fatigue.
It was good.
Yeah.
Dazed and confused a pity vote.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm Gonna Crawl is still my number 3 song, and even though that was, in my opinion, the best Dazed and Confused version on this part of the bracket, it was still only number 19 for me. So that means I'm Gonna Crawl moves on into the next round. It crawls.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And Phil, you thought we'd done this in an hour. You're funny. But that means the first half. I said you thought this was going to be done in an hour. You're funny. But
I know it's adorable.
Could have made it happen, but
it's Zeppelin. It ain't gonna happen. I wish we can get 7 people for fucking Zeppelin, but there's too much fucking hatred out there for them. But
right.
that means the other side of round 2 is that
fans that hate Zeppelin. I'm sorry, Jeremy. We were going to talk about that, but it's like almost any band that's had success and is jealous of Zeppelin seems to hate them. They really seem to vent. I think there is some jealousy just because of the sheer amount of money that they generated and just they kind of
And they did steal a lot.
yeah they did bring on a lot of the hostility through their stealing of music and stuff like that. But Pete Townsend apparently really hated Zeppelin. That idiot from the Goo Goo Dolls, the music god.
he doesn't hate Zeppelin. He just hates Robert Plant's voice.
Oh,
He thinks Jimmy Page and John Bonham are very talented, but
I think there's a lot of misunderstanding too. A lot of musicians out there would say things that, like, I wish Zeppelin would have toned this down or done something differently, where maybe they didn't really hate them. They just, didn't fall in line with a lot of the fanaticism and stuff. So
They were pioneers of fucking rock and roll, for God's sake. A lot of the bands wouldn't exist if it wasn't for them. But
right,
Yeah.
they made it. They started introducing heavy music. Them and Black Sabbath, I would say, but Zeppelin probably came a little bit sooner than Sabbath. But those two bands probably started the trend of what became heavier music and evolved into heavy metal. So
oh god, yeah. But that means that Phil gets to start off the other side of round one, and it's going to be number 148 ranked Rock and Roll Live 1972, or number 32 ranked That's the Way OG.
I do like That's the Way OG. I'm not seeing it on the. You're falling down, partner.
Number 27 on the
Yeah,
playlist.
okay, I see it. Here's another one that I had tied as far in my scoring system, but I'm gonna go with That's the Way. Game Time Call. That's the way, because I do
That's
love
why I
that
go
song.
back through it twice. The second time I adjust for things that are the same,
Okay,
so I don't have to run into that so
nice
much.
job.
Yeah, just an idea for you.
And Aaron.
Number 6 versus number 10. I do like this version. It's the How the West Was Won version of rock and roll. But the OG, That's the Way, takes it.
Mm-hmm.
And Harley?
That's the way.
Yeah, I am gonna be the odd man out here, honestly. I had that rock and roll live version as my number 12. The drum solo at the end of it is fucking incredible. But I thought the rough mix of That's the Way was better than the remaster by one. So the original was my number 26. So I'll be the odd man out and go for the rock and roll. But doesn't matter. But Lisa, which way would you have gone?
That's the way.
God damn it, guys! The one time I find a freaking live I actually enjoyed. But that means Aaron gets to start off the next one, and it's going to be number 147 ranked Whole Lot of Love, rough mix with vocal versus number 31 ranked Houses of the Holy, OG.
Houses of the Holy, number 3. The weird vocal Whole Lot of Love, number 21. Plant was like he didn't know what to do with some of those parts. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Harley?
I really liked House of the Holy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta agree. This is my number 1 versus my number 18. So, House of the Holy definitely takes it for me. It was my favorite song in this whole part. But which means it moves on. But which way did you go, Lisa?
Houses of the Holy.
And Phil?
Yeah, that Whole Lot of Love was really rough. I mean, the chorus had alternate lyrics, as Aaron referred to, and then the original is such classic headphone, extravaganza, with the way that it's mixed, and this just didn't have it at all. But the Houses of the Holy, yeah, it's really strong, really strong.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Houses of the Holy. Love Houses of the Holy. Yeah.
Which means it moves on. Will it make it past round 2? I'm not sure, but we'll see. That means that Harley gets to start the next matchup, and it's number 146 ranked How Many More Times from Playhouse Theater, and it's going against number 30 ranked I Can't Quit You Baby OG.
Here's I Can't Quit You, Baby. Okay. And what was the other one?
How many more times?
Okay. Where is it?
I'm doing how many more times?
That was this? 26?
Yes.
Okay.
I gotta find I Can't Quit You Baby in my fucking rankings. Can't find it.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna agree with you, Harley, because
Here it is.
this, what the? I just lose that again. Oh, yeah, it's my number 13 versus my number 24. I enjoyed the hell out of how many more times, squeeze my lemon until the juices run down my leg. But love the way he says that shit. But which
Yeah.
way you want to go, Lisa?
What do you think?
Well, for I Can't Quit You, Baby, I put a 0 and I put fuck you, you misogynist asshole.
Yeah.
So, how many more times?
Wow, how do you really feel about that? Let's
I think
let's
that
go off
covers
on a
it.
tangent.
I was having feelings in that particular moment.
Yeah.
And for the first time on this side of the round one, we have an OG song not winning. But which way would you have gone, Phil?
I guess I'm a misogynist prick, I guess, because I like I Can't Quit You, Baby. So
Mhm. He gets it from his
And
mother.
and
that
which way
did it.
you want to go?
She was
Which way
very
you want
much
to go, Aaron?
misogynist.
It's a yup. It's number 13 versus number 16.
Well, how many more times still moves on? But that means that I start the next matchup, and it's number 145 ranked. Thank you from 71 Paris Theater, and it's going against number 29 ranked Trampled Underfoot OG.
There's a
And
different
where the hell is Trampled Foot? Oh,
one.
and yeah, okay. This is my
It's
this is
What
this
pretty
is
on the
number
playlist.
What
this
was
is
the
number
second
15.
one? Or
The
Jeremy?
second one was Trampled Underfoot, the OG.
Okay.
Which this is my number 15 versus my number 2. I really like I like the original Trampled Underfoot, so I gotta go with that one. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Mm. Hold on, we lost the first one. Is it how many
Thank
more
you,
times?
BBC sessions.
71, 74. Here it is. Thank you. Pair of Theater. Trampled Underfoot. It's funky.
Yeah, it
Probably
was a fun
do
song.
it again.
I feel like that's one of those songs that everybody at the fucking stadium is just like stomping to. But which way you want to go, Phil?
Yeah, I love the car imagery of trampled underfoot, trouble-free transmission. Let me pump your gas.
Helps your
Mama, let me
oils
do it
flow.
all. Yeah, right. That's a great. And I really have trampled underfoot really ranked high on this list. So definitely going with that.
And that means Trampled Underfoot is moving on, but which way would you have gone, Aaron?
Thank you, BBC sessions number 20. Trampled Underfoot OG number 1.
Oh shit!
Do you know what OG stands for in terms of weed strains?
No, let's educate us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a guess?
I think it just stands for
Original grow.
original ganja.
Ocean grown.
Oh,
Ocean Grow.
you learn something new every day.
Yep.
But which way would you have gone, Harley?
Trampled underfoot.
Which means another sweep on our first sweep on this side, I'm pretty sure. But that means that Lisa gets to start off the next one. And it's going to be number 144 ranked Celebration Day live at MSG 1973. Going against number 28 ranked Misty Mountain Hop OG.
I'm going to the hop.
Those damn hobbits. But which way you want to go, Phil?
Everything sounds really good on Song Remains the Same, but Misty Mountain Hop again is right up there towards the top of my list on this one. The imagery, the Tolkien imagery, obviously Plant was kind of obsessed with that.
Mhm.
And that reappears on this album or on this song. So love it. Misty Mountain Hop.
And Aaron.
Celebration Day song remains the same as number 15. If I had a nickel for every time I told Eatsock to play Misty Mountain Hop, I'd have a bunch of nickels.
That's where you bring up Itzhak because I got something to mention about him later too.
Misty Mountain Hop number 2.
Oh, there you go. I think we hit Aaron's top 3 now.
Mhm.
Nope.
I don't think we hit all. I don't
You
think
got-
we hit all mine yet.
You got 1, 2, and 5.
True. Oh yeah, we did go through all. Oh yeah,
Misty
all
Mountain.
my top 3 I think are still in. I think. Oh no, I think 3 got
This
eliminated.
one's going Celebration.
Yeah. Mhm.
But that means Misty Mountain Hop moves on. Which way would you have gone, Harley?
Misty Mountain Hop.
Yeah, I mean, these weren't that far apart of mine. Number 4 and number 14. But Celebration Day is, I don't like it that much. Misty Mountain Hop is fucking incredible, and this is the best version we heard so far. So,
And
But
if you like Devo, Girl You Want, they're basically just playing Misty Mountain Hop.
I don't know what that is.
Huh.
You know who Devo is?
I know who Devo is. I've never heard that song.
Just a girl. Just a girl. Girl you want.
I've heard that. Oh, it's been 40 years since I heard that. But yeah. I heard that.
Sounds almost
Devo,
like
Stop making
Oh.
me feel super old, please.
Devo
Oh.
and
Whip It.
uh,
Yeah, that's who Devo is. Whip It. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Devo and what's the other band with B-52s are coming this summer.
Oh,
Oh
cool.
boy.
I thought Devo had retired.
Where they
I guess not.
Oh,
They all
Maybe
they all
that-
come back when they all come back when they need money, Aaron. Come on now. But
Yeah.
that means that the next matchup is going to start off by Phil. And it's number 143 ranked, Trampled Underfoot, Live O2 Arena, or number 27 ranked, Thank You, 1990 Remaster.
Last one.
let's see.
It's the OG Thank You and the O2 Trampled Underfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to give that to Thank You, I guess. It's a beautiful song.
Mhm.
It's
It's a boring ass song.
that's not what he wrote for his son, is it? That Robert wrote for his song or his son? I don't know. In any event, I like it better than the live version of Trampled Underfoot. Even though that was a high spot of that concert, but
Mhm.
He probably wouldn't call his son a kind woman, though.
you're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
Oh, I've called my son close to similar. He's pissed me off, but which way you want to go, Aaron?
Well, the O2 Arena, that ain't Zeppelin. That's number 33. And Thank You's number 7.
Harley?
I'm going Trampled Underfoot. The other one was kind of slow and didn't keep my focus.
Yeah. This is my number 11 versus my number 23, and Trampled Underfoot is number 11. I thought that was a fun live. I thought Thank You was fucking boring as shit, and I thought the live version was a little bit better. So I got to go with Trampled Underfoot, which means it's a tiebreaker for Lisa. Is it Trampled Underfoot O2 Arena Edition or Thank You Remaster?
I gotta go with Thank You. I liked it. Mhm.
Oh, it was so fucking boring. But
All right. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion, but isn't the guitar even the guitar solo in that is really beautiful? I think sort of the chimey, progression. Anyway,
I just couldn't get into it, not in the slightest.
Fair
But this means the next matchup is going to get started by Aaron, and it's going to be between number 142 ranked Communication Breakdown from 69 Playhouse Theater, or 26 10 Years Gone OG?
Hope this one.
No, this is it.
Okay.
This is number
Oh,
9 versus number 4. 10 Years Gone OG. That's another one I always had Eat Sock play.
Right.
And which way you want to go, Harley?
What was the choices?
Communication Breakdown at Playhouse Theater, or OG 10 Years Gone?
10 Years Gone.
Yeah. This is my number 20. This is my number 29 versus my number 7. So, yeah, it's 100% 10 Years Gone. Communication Breakdown, that live was horrible. It literally was a communication breakdown sound like. So, I am so happy it's eliminated and 10 Years Gone gets to move forward.
Control
But-
one. Nope, leave it.
Which way did you go, Lisa?
10 years gone.
And Phil, we have another sweep.
Yeah, Aaron mentioned Tim, or our nickname for him was Itzhak. He didn't like it, but it was because he kind of resembled Itzhak Perlman, who was a violinist for the, several probably symphony orchestras around the world. He was like a virtuoso. But
Played
anyway,
with
Tim.
Muppets, man. He played with the fucking Muppets.
That's right. That's right. But Tim.
He put some fucking respect on. He jammed with Kermit, man.
Right. But Tim passed away of leukemia a few years ago. But Tim. Aaron mentioned that he played guitar. He played this on guitar a lot. Well, that's the only thing I ever learned to play on guitar was that one part. The 10 Years
Did you get him
Gone.
with
the
10 Years
intro.
Gone?
Yeah. Of course, I've forgotten how to do it since then, but I go around. That's all I play all day long, just that same shit all day. But anyway, that was. I love this song. This might be my favorite on there, just because of just because of Tim. This might be my favorite on this list. 10 Years Gone.
Well, 10 Years Gone moves on to the sweep then. And that means that Harley gets to start off the second play-in of the night.
Did I go?
I'm pretty sure you did. You started it.
I started it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that means that Harley gets to go. And it's going to be the second play-in to figure out what goes in round 1. And it's either number 140, 4 Sticks alternate mix, or number 25 ranked What Is and What Should Never Be 1990 remaster.
Okay, what is down here?
What is and should never be.
Maybe here?
Yeah, this is my.
Yeah.
Where the hell's 4 Stick? Actually, this is my number 10 versus my number 5. This version of 4 Sticks. I like the Bombay Orchestra version better, honestly. But
Yeah.
What Is and What Should Never Be was my number 5. It was a good song, so good way to end out this part. And it was the highest ranked song in this part. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
What is and should never be.
Which
I
means
don't
it's
like-
secured. It sounds better with the Bombay shit to me. It just really does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that means that it's What Is and What Should Never Be secured its place in round 1. But which way would you have gone, Phil?
Well, I really like 4 Sticks, but I really, What Is and What Should Never Be, I have it a little bit higher. I like the kind of jazz club vibe to the intro to it. I like the hi-hat drumming but then I love the way it bursts into these super heavy riffs. Goes in and out of those. It's a masterpiece kind of. So I'm gonna go with What Is and What Should Never Be.
And Aaron, which way would you have gone?
Yep. Catch the wind, see it spin, sail away, leave the day. What is and what should never be. Number 12. 4 Sticks, shitty mix. Number 23. I had a comment for that one. Someone took the balls out of the drums.
Well, that means I get to start off the final matchup in round one, because What Should Never Be is now facing the last song we talked about, number 141 ranked, Since I've Been Loving You, Live O2 Arena Edition. And yeah, it's still my number 5 versus my number 30. So yeah, it is and What Should Never Be. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I gotta go with Since I've Been Loving You. Mhm. I find the
And
newer version much more listenable. Mhm.
and Phil?
What is and what should never be.
Mhm.
And Aaron?
What is and what should never be, number 12. And the other one ain't Zeppelin. That's number 34.
And which way you want to go, Harley?
What is and should never be.
And that means that round one is officially over. We have narrowed it down to 16 Zeppelin
Which one?
songs out of 34.
You guys know the Brady Bunch episode where Greg steals the goat and everybody
Yeah.
hears the goat upstairs because of the heating and air conditioning vents registers?
Uh-huh.
I can hear every time my sons pee upstairs.
Oh, lovely.
That's crazy. How about that?
That
Wow.
would annoy the shit out of me. But
Mm.
that means that Lisa gets to start off round two, and round two is going to start off with Dancing Days Rough mixed with vocal going against Southbound Soiree remaster.
Maybe one of them's just a loud peer.
Could be.
So let's
Well,
see.
I mean, I know my mom always said, like, what do I have, a horse?
It's gonna be
Whenever I left the door open.
Mm-hmm.
Southbound Soiree versus what?
Versus Dancing Days Rough mixed with vocal.
I knew it was going to be Dancing Days. I gave Dancing Days an 8, so out of 10. So.
And Phil?
Southbound Soiree by Nose.
And Aaron?
Southbound Soiree by 15.
Noses?
It's number 29 versus number 14.
Mm.
And Harley?
I'm going to give you a tie, Jeremy. It's Dancing Dave.
Well, shit, girl, tie me up. But because this is my number 17 versus my number 9, and Dancing Days takes it by 8 places. So Dancing Days moves on. I enjoyed the shit out of that song, but
Real
that
dancing
means
faces out there, though.
it'll come, I'm sure.
Mhm.
There were apparently a lot of dancing. I don't know. That's just because we did the OG Dancing Days last part actually.
Yeah.
It lost in the second round.
To what?
Oh, actually, no, it wasn't. Was that the? Oh no, was it? Oh no, I can't tell. The screen's too fucking small. But it lost a whole lot of love at Paris Theater. Whole lot of love medley.
Mm.
But yeah, actually, that was a couple parts.
Is
Oh
it
yeah,
part one?
that was part 2, I think.
Okay.
It was because it was before Custard Pie, but it's hard to see in a fucking laptop screen. On my computer screen at work,
It
I
would
can
be
see like a
part
whole
1
part.
then, 'cause Custard Pie was part 2. That was my first one.
Okay, maybe then. I don't know. It's hard to see on a fucking laptop screen all the different parts.
So what's
No, I
going?
feel like
What's the matchup?
so Dancing Days moves on, and the next matchup gets started off by Phil, and it's Rock and Roll Alternate Mix versus Stairway to Heaven Live 1972.
Okay, so here's Stairway to Heaven. So we need to find Rock and Roll.
It was the 12th one on the playlist.
Okay. We must have accidentally gotten rid of the wrong one.
So which version of rock and roll was it?
The alternate
Alternate
mix.
mix.
We still have live at 72.
I'm gonna go with rock and roll.
Mhm.
And Aaron?
How the West Was Won, Stairway to Heaven, 17. Rock and roll alternate mix, 22.
And Harley?
Stairway to Heaven.
I'm honestly not sure which one I like better. Actually, oh shit. Okay, it's number 6 versus number scrolling. It's 27. Number 6 versus number 27. So I gotta go with rock and roll, which means that Lisa is the tiebreaker. Is it rock and roll or Stairway to Heaven?
I gotta go Stairway to Heaven. Classic for a reason.
Hairway to
means Stairway to
Steven, I
Heaven.
confirmed, is Butthole Surfers album. 88, I think.
And that means the next matchup gets started off by Aaron, and it's "I Can't Quit You, Baby" from '69 Top Gear, or "We're Gonna Groove" remaster.
We're Gonna Groove, number 8. Top Gear, number 19.
We're Gonna Groove gets a vote. And which way you want to go, Harley?
We're gonna groove.
I'm pretty sure I agree with that, but number
Peas is peas and corn is corn.
number 16 versus where the hell is it even? The hell is it? Oh, since I can't. Oh, I
Margarita?
can't put your movie.
Probably.
Number 17 versus number 31. So yeah, We're Gonna Groove gets my vote by about half. So We're Gonna Groove moves on. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Yep.
Is that a sweep?
I didn't hear what Phil said yet. So
Well, it's a sweep. It's a sweep. Yep.
all right, it's a sweep. Which means the next match, the last matchup on this side of round 2, is going to get started off by Harley, and it's "Since I've Been Loving You" live at MSG 73, or "I'm Gonna Crawl" remaster.
I'm gonna crawl.
And no comment, but "Since I've Been Loving You" MSG. Oh, so it's number 28. Oh yeah, it's number 28 versus number 3 for me. So I gotta go with "I'm Gonna Crawl" by a lot. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I'm gonna crawl for sure. A lot.
Which means "I'm Gonna Crawl" moves on. But which way would you have gone, Phil?
I'm gonna throw one in there for "Since I've Been Loving You," just for shits and giggles.
Indeed. And Aaron?
Ain't gonna go by plane. Ain't gonna go by car. Gonna Crawl, number 5. Song remained the same, Since I've Been Loving You, 18.
Yeah, we avoid a sweep, but we got a choice. And that means we get to move to the other side of round 2. And it's going to get started off by me. And it's That's the Way versus Houses of the Holy. Both, it's OG matchup. And that's my number 20. That's my number 26 versus my number 1. So obviously I'm going with Houses of the Holy. It's top ranked song on this thing. Still in there. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Yep.
And Phil?
Yeah, this is a heavyweight fight, but I'm gonna go with Houses of the Holy.
And House of the Holy breezes through. But which way would you have gone, Aaron?
That's the Way, number 6. Houses of the Holy, number 3.
And Harley? Do we have a sweep?
Houses of Holy.
Sweep it is for me to get out this side.
Need to get you a little broom, a smaller broom, less deadly.
Yes.
One of the ones with the
Okay.
little thing, just the broom
Yeah.
with the little hook on the end
Okay.
of it, where you. There you go.
But
Maybe
this
two-
one gets Lisa gets to start the next matchup, and it's how many more times 69 Playhouse Theater or Trampled Underfoot OG?
Nice.
Trampled underfoot. I find it funky. It makes my list.
And Phil
Yep.
and Aaron.
Number 1 versus number 16, trampled underfoot.
Which means Trampled Underfoot does move on, but which way would you have gone, Harley?
Trampled underfoot.
Yeah, this is my number 13 versus my number 2, so it's another sweep. Making
Custard pie
ourselves some
trampled
hard.
underfoot is a potent 1-2 punch on physical graffiti, man.
Yeah. That's a great album. Great album. There are no duds on physical graffiti for sure.
Which means that Phil gets to start the next matchup, and it's going to be Misty Mountain Hop versus Thank You 1990 Remaster.
Packing my bags for Misty Mountains.
And Aaron?
Yeah, number 2 versus number 7, Misty Mountain Hop.
And Harley?
Misty Mountain Hop.
Itzhak could play both of these songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is my number 4 versus number 23, so I got to go with Misty Mountain Hop as well. It has secured its place in the quarterfinals. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
I'm going to let it have a sweep.
Sweep indeed for the Hop.
Are you doing a
Let's
tomahawk
go.
chop?
No, that evolved into that. When I realized it was,
You
That's
pulled it off. Yeah.
You'll have a nice whisk broom next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Which means our final matchup in round 2 is going to get started off by Aaron, and it's 10 Years Gone versus What Is and What Should Never Be 1990 Remaster.
Well, these are brutal.
Yeah. Number 4, 10 Years Gone. Number 12, What Is and What Should Never Be.
And Harley?
10 Years Gone.
Yeah, this one is not going to be a sweep, that's for sure, because this is my number 7 versus my number 5, and What Is and What Should Never Be squeaked it out by a couple spots for me. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
What is and what should never be?
Leaving Phil with the hard tiebreaker to end round 2.
Well, yeah, I told you my story about Itzhak, so I'm gonna hang in there with this song, 10 Years Gone.
Which means 10 Years Gone does move on to the quarterfinals. I can't promise it's going to move out, but it moves in. And that means that round 2 is officially over. And quarterfinals get started off by Harley. And it's going to be first up Dancing Days Rough Mix versus Stairway to Heaven Live in 72.
Stairway to Heaven.
And I got to honestly look at my rankings. I don't think I'm going that same way. Yeah, it's my number 9 versus my number 27. So, yeah, I got to go with Dancing Days. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Dancing Days. Edged it out.
And Phil?
Well, I got Stairway on this one.
Which leaves Aaron as a tiebreaker. Is it Dancing Days or Stairway to Heaven?
It's a yup to Stairway to Heaven. 17 versus 29. How the West was won version.
Stairway to Heaven Live from 72 moves forward. But that means the next matchup in this side of the quarterfinals is going to start off with me, and it's We're Gonna Groove remaster versus I'm Gonna Crawl remaster. And it's my number 3 versus my number 16, so I got to go with I'm Gonna Crawl. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I'm gonna crawl, definitely. By
And-
quite a bit.
And Phil?
Well, I'm going to cancel her out because I'm going to go with we're going to groove.
And which way you want to go, Aaron?
We're gonna groove number 8. I'm gonna crawl number 5.
Which means I'm going to crawl moves into the quarterfinals. I mean, semifinals. But
Crawls
which way crawls in yet again? And which way do you want to go, Harley?
I'm gonna crawl.
Hey,
We avoid a sweep yet again, though.
I did it again.
get deeper into this than I ever would have imagined. That's why we do the
And that-
bracket.
Yeah.
And that means that Lisa gets to start off the other side of the quarterfinals, and it's going to be Houses of the Holy versus Trampled Underfoot.
Once again, I'm getting trampled. It is funky.
And Phil
I'm going to go with trampled underfoot.
and Aaron.
This is number 1 versus number 3, and the winner is Quentin Tarantino, Trampled Underfoot.
Which means Trampled Underfoot does move into the semifinals.
I think that's how.
I have
What's going on?
I have opinions, but we'll get to that in a minute. But Harley, which way would you have gone?
It was trampled underfoot, and what was the other?
Houses of the
How-
Holy.
Houses of the Holy.
Yeah, I kind of wish I got a tiebreaker on this, but I mean, it doesn't really make a difference to me. But it is my number 1 versus my number 2. So I would have given it to Houses of the Holy, but I'm not mad either way.
Yeah.
One of these songs had to move on. But
So trampled
means all
underfoot.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pushed it through.
Little-
But that means that
Yeah,
Phil
we
starts
did.
off the final match. Phil gets
We're
to start
strong
off the final
voting
matchup.
block. Yeah, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm ready.
Yep, this is the final matchup in the quarterfinals, Phil. It's going to be Misty Mountain. I felt that coming, and I'm like, damn it, wait for me to finish it, goddammit. But it's going to be Misty Mountain Hop versus 10 Years Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Man. That's a tough one. That's really tough, but I'm gonna hang in there with 10 years gone.
Goddamn dog. Aaron, which way you want to go?
This is number 2 versus number 4, Misty Mountain Hop.
And Harley?
Misty Mountain Hop.
Yeah, this is my number 4 versus number 7, so I'm going to agree and push Misty Mountain Hop through into the semifinals.
It's the battle of my
It was
most
close.
requested Eat Sock tunes, I think.
But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Misty Mountain Hop.
Oh, Phil, you would have been on the hill by yourself on that one, but that's okay. Because that means the quarterfinals are
They're both Eat Sock
officially
songs.
over.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
And
It's going to go
the
down.
semifinals.
It's like King Kong versus Godzilla there. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait till we get to part 1. It's going to be a lot worse there. But that means that this first semifinals matchup is going to start off by Aaron. And
Yeah.
it's Stairway to Heaven Live 72 versus I'm Gonna Crawl remaster.
I feel like I'm starting all these. I don't know why. I'm gonna crawl's number 5. The How the West is Won Stairways 17.
Which
Seems
means I'm
low.
Gonna Crawl. And which way do you want to go, Harley?
I'm gonna crawl.
Yeah, I agree, because it's my number 3 versus my number 27. So obviously it's I'm Gonna Crawl. Which means I'm Gonna Crawl moves into the finals. And Stairway to Heaven can hit the 3rd and 4th place showers. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
I'm gonna crawl.
Sounds dangerous to have a stairway in a shower.
Eh,
does
It
a
could
little
be.
bit.
It could be fun though.
Mm-hmm.
Angles and all that. But which way would you have gone, Phil?
I guess I'm the least I'm going to crawl fan on the panel tonight, but so I'm going to go with Stairway.
Yeah, well, it'll have a redemption moment, maybe. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Probably not.
Because the other side of the semifinal, the other side, the other side of the semifinal is going to be a tough one. And it gets started off by Harley. It's Trampled Underfoot versus Misty Mountain Hop.
Misty Mountain Hop.
Yeah, this is my number 2 versus number 4, so I got to go with Trampled Underfoot. But which way? Actually, I think this is the first time that one of my 2 of my top 5s made this far. But
Just my 1 and 2, baby.
which way you want to go, Lisa? Trampled or Misty?
Trampled underfoot.
And Phil?
Trampled underfoot.
Yep.
Which means Trampled moves in 4-1. And
Trampled
that means
Underfoot
that-
number 1, Misty Mountain Hop number 2.
and that means the semifinals are over. And we could go do the 3rd and 4th place matchup. And they're going to get started off by me, the 3rd and 4th place. And it's going to be Stairway to Heaven Live 72 versus Misty Mountain Hop. And Misty Mountain Hop definitely takes it from me. That's still my number 4. So which way you want to go, Lisa?
Trampled underfoot.
Oh, no. Misty
Oh.
Mountain Hop versus
Oh,
Stairway to Heaven
Stairway.
Live.
oh.
it's off the board. I'm sorry.
Right. That's okay. I think I liked Stairway to Heaven Live better.
Okay.
Okay.
And how about you, Phil?
Misty Mountain Hop.
Mhm.
And Aaron?
Yeah. Misty Mountain Hop.
And Harley, finish this one out.
Little diva mashup there.
Misty Mountain Hop.
Which means
I don't
Misty
know.
Mountain Hop does grab 3rd place.
Well, I think
But-
they did Mountain Hop. I don't think it was Devo when they did it.
No, Aaron's saying that. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
somebody's thing.
Yeah, Devo. It might not be "Girl You Want," but it's a Devo song for sure. I'll have it.
Okay. I always wondered because there's a podcast that uses that, and I can't recall which one it is,
But that means that the finals is going to get started off by Lisa. And it's going to be number 81 ranked I'm Gonna Crawl remaster versus number 29 ranked Trampled Underfoot OG.
Oh, I'm in the crawl. It's not
And
even a
Phil?
question.
Trampled underfoot.
And Aaron?
Well, we know Trampled Underfoot's my number 1. Right?
I forgot that actually. And Harley?
I'm going to crawl.
Leaving me with a tiebreaker in the final between my number 2 and my number 3 songs. Oh, staying true to my rankings, Trampled Underfoot takes it by 1,
All right.
which means that Trampled Underfoot gets to move forward to face the winner of 2 weeks ago part. So, and Phil gets to start off the grand finale for this week, and it's going to be number 47 ranked Custard Pie in its 3rd part in a row in the grand finale match, going against number 29 ranked Trampled Underfoot.
Wow. Man, that's tough.
Yeah, those are both my number 1s in their respective brackets. And I mentioned already they're a 1-2, a really tough 1-2 punch to kick off physical graffiti.
Right. Right. That's man, that is really tough. I'm gonna go with custard pie, I guess. I Before this
Yep.
exercise, I didn't realize how much I really like custard pie, but that song just rocks. Really good.
And Aaron?
Yeah. Yeah. Do want a piece?
Doing a piece here. Trampled underfoot.
Yeah. Custard pie.
And Harley?
Can't go wrong with the little custard pie.
Which means Custard Pie wins the grand winner matchup for 3 parts in a row.
Wow.
Was it
Keep it in-
enthusiastic? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, the most Spin Magazine called it the most enthusiastic song about cunnilingus ever.
Yeah, right. Right.
I'm gonna throw a vote to Trample Underfoot because I kind of wanted that to finally beat Custard Pie. But
Well,
Lisa, which way would you have gone to just to give you your moment?
I can't see something.
it's these two right here, sweetie.
I know. Where's my ranking?
Well, custard
Oh,
pie's
there
from
it is.
last week, so we didn't.
Huh.
You're gonna have to.
Custard Pie's on like 2 parts ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the new kid on the block. Trampled underfoot.
Yeah, well, at least Custard Pie had a somewhat interesting challenge this week.
Yeah.
We'll see in 2 weeks if it actually can survive part 5. Because part 5 is gonna be interesting. We have a lot of songs that haven't been on the last couple parts, making returns and making appearances for the first time.
I wonder what
So-
Jimmy Page would think of custard pie getting this much of a push.
He let off physical graffiti with it. He knows the power of custard pie.
But and actually, I am happy to announce there is no Dazed and Confused or Moby Dick in the next part. So
wow.
shit. Nice break after hearing those songs 3 times each in the last fucking couple parts. But
We still haven't heard the OG of Dazed and Confused, right?
no, what?
We
still
haven't heard
haven't
the OG version of Dazed and Confused, have we?
Yeah.
The OG version of Guaranteeing is top 10. But it's one of the most popular songs ever. So
Well,
actually, I can tell you right now because we're pretty close to top 10 at this point. But the remastered OG version is number 16. So that'll be in the second part. That'll be in the 6th part. Though there is another live version of Dazed and Confused facing number 1 in the final part.
okay.
It ain't gonna beat it. I'll tell you that right now. But it's facing it. But
We
folks,
take that
that's a folks. That'll do it for this part. We'll be back in 2 weeks with part 5 of 7. We're getting closer and closer to the end. By the time July ends, we'll be done. And I swear to God, I'm setting a limit for the next one that no one can pick up anything over 3 parts. But
You love this.
Because-
You know you do.
I do. I like finally
You're the
being able
one
to
that made
appreciate.
the bracket with this many parts.
I didn't think he would ever pick it. I didn't think anybody would ever pick it. I mean, I made 500 song brackets too. Doesn't mean I think anyone's ever fucking pick them.
Well,
But
I'm sorry I put you on the spot, but you didn't. Maybe you
I-
didn't know how much of a Led Zeppelin fan I was. I guess.
as I told you when you picked it, I'm happy you did because I wanted to get this one done at some point, and we might as well get it done now. We did a bunch of shorter ones before it, so afterwards we can do a bunch of short ones. We're probably gonna do a bunch of short ones anyway. But though the Elvis, I only made the top 500 Elvis song one for Chancey when he gets back in the abyss because I know he's gonna make him wish he was back in the abyss. But where can people find you, Aaron, Lisa, and Phil?
It's first of all, the Devo song is "Uncontrollable Urge" that sounds like Misty Mountain Hop. And
Okay.
Phil, where can they find us?
Well, right there on my lanyard at pod is the easiest way. That's all of our socials at YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
Blue
Also,
Sky. You're on Blue Ski, right?
yeah, but I need to get my login together. I can't recover my password for some reason.
Dope.
But we're the podcast about nothing and the podcast about everything. So we pretty much, it's a lab. It's a lab where we experiment with true crime, music, books, movies, anything that stimulates us intellectually.
You guys
And-
experiment with true crime? Is there something I should know?
And no comment. No comment at this point.
Yeah, I got to get back on for another TV episode show, but I have a few more ideas. But
We really don't do much true crime, to be quite honest, but we have done a couple, so I throw it in there.
true crime gets boring.
Yeah.
I guess I could talk about it honestly after a while. But Harley, where can they find you?
The Asylum with Harley and Joker, where next week we'll be doing our 1954 bracket. Is it 54?
Finally.
Finally.
Yeah, it's still 50. It's still 54. Hopefully, all our normal guests aren't busy next week, but we'll see. And hopefully, CJ doesn't lose his damn voice again. Trust me, I was the best sounding person in Maniacal Music Musings this past week because the guest and him both were sounding like they got punched in the throat. But you can find Maniacal Music Musings in all its glory and splendorness on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, on X and the Gram as that Juggalo Bastard, and on YouTube, all episodes on YouTube under Maniacal Music Musings. Come back in 2 weeks to hear part 5 of the Led Zeppelin bracket, where we are getting so much closer to the end of this, so much closer. Only 90-something songs left to go through. And be sure to check out regular episodes on Tuesday if they're happening this Tuesday. But until then, have a good one, everybody, and enjoy the rest of this hot-ass weekend.
All right. Have a good one.